In the 1970s, the militant Tamil Tigers began fighting for independence and their own homeland.
The Tamil Tigers are looked upon as one of the toughest in the world. Some would say the most fanatical. When they took up arms in the beginning of the 80s, they were but one of several Tamil groups. But little by little, they eliminated rivaling groups, and today they're alone.
Since 2002, I have been pressurized by the Tamil Tigers with regard to the temple that our organization managed. From 2002, the elements in London, they were trying to take over the temple with the sole purpose of generating income for the organization. Then when I referred this matter to Sri Lanka and met the LTTE leadership there, I thought this problem could be resolved. But it went further. They went to the extent of incarcerating me in the jungles. I was held captive for 62 days.
And they held you hostage to put more pressure on you to hand over your temple, is that right?
That's right. They got some papers signed, and they threatened as well that if we don't sign, there will be serious consequence. And we signed the papers, myself and my colleague who was held captive. And my colleague was released early after 42 days to go back to London and execute the agreement. And when he came and he did that and asked for my release, they didn't release me. And they put further reasons to hold me and even threatened that they are going to deal with me in some way.
Now, you had your case, you've had your experience, but do you believe there are many other instances of intimidation of Tamils living in London and elsewhere? They're being intimidated by the Tamil
Yes,
Tigers?
across the board, all over the world. And particularly from November last year, they have become very aggressive.
Why do they need more money now?
The whole idea, what I gather from the people and also from the reliable sources close to the Tamil Tigers, is to wage a war against the Sri Lankan government, to capture the northern part of Sri Lanka and declare a separate homeland for the Tamil people.
And how much are individuals being asked for when they're approached, for example, in your community?
Yes, it is varying. As you know, the Tamil community has established themselves business-wise in the UK. When the businesses are approached, they are asking from the region of 25,000 to 100,000 lump sum contribution. And from individuals, their demand is varying. Sometimes they ask £1 a day. And some people are asked 2,000 as lump sum payment towards this cause.
Are people handing over the money?
The problem the LTTE is facing in London is that many people are refusing since our incident when LTTE captured us and when we came out and we openly spoke about the LTTE's conduct. There is considerable concern among the Tamil community, and they are having a hard time. Of course, they are going to certain businesses, and businesses, they are fearful because their name is well established, and they fear for their life. They pay the money.
What happens if they don't pay? What are they being threatened with?
If they don't pay, they threaten that they will do something for their relative back home, or they will say that the individual cannot get back to Sri Lanka. If they come back, they will be dealt with.
Is there any action you can take here in Britain to try to get this stopped?
The LTTE is a post-crime organization, and for them to engage in such a violent level of collection fund is not acceptable in a democratic society. So it is something the British government has to deal with. I'm sure the Human Rights Watch report will make a big impact on the government to do something about it.
There are increasing signs of discontent with the Tamil Tigers. This girl is one of about 50 tiger fighters who have recently surrendered to the army. This is a new phenomenon in a movement which is notorious for taking cyanide rather than being captured.
Tamil Tigers, or the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, have fought a guerrilla war against the government since the mid-1970s. They claim to defend the rights of the Tamil people, who have traditionally lived in the north and east of the island. The Sinhalese, who are the majority population, live mostly in the south. The people aren't fighting each other, they want to live in peace. But the long war has distanced these two ethnic groups from each other.
This fanaticism that has become the Tamils' most terrible weapon. This war is being waged by boys and girls as young as 14. Youngsters raised with a death wish.